Hi everyone, for today's review we're going to be looking at Demonical Fit, totally not a Brawly figure from Dragon Ball Z. It's called the Legendary Berserker. And I think this is a one-to-one copy from the original um, Figuarts Brawly that was released a while back. And we finally got it. So after years of asking Demonical Fit to release this figure, they finally did. And I think it was because of Beast Deities decided to release theirs so they didn't want to lose money. And then of course, it wins the P Bandai fan vote too, as well. So, I mean, right now you have options. This one goes around $60 to $70, including shipping and taxes on AliExpress. So, if you're thinking about it, getting this one, definitely do versus the original P Bandai reissue. I think it's gonna go for around 100, maybe 120 after taxes and shipping. So yeah, I'm gonna see about the quality on this figure. That way, hopefully it can help some people out. But as for the packaging, it has the standard. They're trying to copy the P-Bandai exclusive packaging that some of the figures have. So here's just some shots of the back packaging, and I don't know which Goku he's holding right there. I guess it's the 2.0. I have the zero point 0.1 version just to show it out for scale. I don't know where I put my 2.0 version, unfortunately, at the moment, since I'm not a big fan of that figure. And as I mentioned, here's how he compares to the 1.0 Goku, so that way you can see the scale. And yeah, I think this is a one-to-one copy from the original Brawly from, you know, the original Figuarts Brawly. And as for accessories, he does come with a stand, three, I guess, blast effects. Looks like, I don't know if this just attached to the stand because I don't see any pegs on the hands. So additional hands, one hand to hold Goku, and I don't think this attaches to the 1.0 version. I think this is for like trying to get a zoom in. Okay, there we go. I think as you can see, that one, this is the connection, and the 1.0 one is different. And I think what I saw in the packaging was the 2.0 body. And this is one accessory that I wasn't sure if it came with the original Brawly, so it may be exclusive to the monocle fit. And here's one of the head sculpts and the smirking one, and then other hands too as well. As for Brawley himself, I think the quality is really well done. He seems to be able to stand up by himself. You can see he's able to hold some poses. So shoulder, I mean the upper body art quality really holds up. It's just the bulky arms and shoulders. But I mean, I think sort of like original to the animation design from the 90s. Now his waist articulation and this I don't know what it's called honestly, but I mean the front articulates to side, so if you're trying to get like a pose, you're gonna have to mess around with it and try to get it to articulate going up, but something like this. So I don't know the strength of these little joints here, so just be careful whenever you're posing. Not a big fan of this joint here that was used on the legs, really, just for the weight of the body. I mean, right now it's holding well, but honestly I don't know in the future how well this joint system is gonna hold up in the legs to be able to hold up his body weight and everything. So that's something to keep an eye on this. But I mean, the knees are holding up really well. And of course, ankle articulation and toe articulation. See, as I mentioned, like you gotta be careful because like the skirt connection and articulation is gonna fall off like when you try to get some poses from the figure. But yeah, like I'll show you the paintwork, that way you can also get a good view. The pants are mostly blue instead of white, so I know that they tried to do some blue shading, but they overdid it. There's some shading on the skirt as well. Looks like the back piece is just one solid piece stuck together, and some, I really like the skin shading here too. That's something that, you know, not even the official Bandai does anymore, so I really wish they will continue shading the figures again. I must say that the diaphragm articulation is a bit loose. Not a big fan of it. And then the hair, I got the yellow version hair, I guess. So here's a closer look with a better focus on the head and the hair. Yeah, like I mentioned, I think they also released like the more like the green version on the hair too, that I know that a lot of people are not a big fan of that too, because pretty much you have to buy a different figure. But let's try to switch the head. So you remove the top of the hair, push the heads forward, I mean the faces. So this is a smirk one. So yeah, everything holds in place really well. Nothing pops up, and even the neck articulation is holding really well. So let me switch the other face. So this is a screaming face. And as I mentioned too, the hands, so let's try to at least switch some hands. It's one solid peg, so that's good. And I wish for the attacks, I wish Demoniacal Fit would have updated the hands to have like a peg to connect the blast, because I think the blast only connect with a stand, but I'm too lazy to connect them myself. But yeah, they do have a connection, so yeah, it would have been cool if, I mean, they would have, you know, at least done it for one hand. So but yeah, I mean, the hand holds in place, doesn't fall off. But honestly, you know, for people that have been wanting a Brawley figure and it was going for $300, you know, I think it's great timing that Demoniacal Fit they finally released their Brawley figure. I also do have the Beast version, or what is it called? The other Brawley, basically the other bigger Brawley. So I'll be doing the review on that one soon too, and you know, compare this to. But honestly, for 65, if you want a version of Brawley and it was missing on your collection, I think this is a great buy for 65. So can't go wrong with this figure. The joints are pretty solid. The quality as well, nothing popped up besides the skirt armor. But to get those dynamic poses, it's expected that something's gonna pop off. But yeah, the paint is really well done. You saw the sculpt on the faces and everything. Yeah, I will say get this Brawly unless you want the official Bandai Brawly that is, going for like 120 after taxes and shipping. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Once again, thank you for liking. Please like and subscribe.